Right, here we are again. I'm out for a little walk. Not feeling that great. I was just getting over a stinking cold, but I'm hoping the fresh air will do me good. So I might sound a bit nasally, so I must apologise about that. Yes, so I am at the Great Wretham picnic site, which is on the A1075. And yeah, the reason I'm here is because I found this little book here, Pub Walks Along the Peddars Way in Norfolk Coast Path, by Liz Monaghan. That's quite an old book. It's 1997. Yeah, so I was just looking through this. The first one in there is actually East Harling from the Nag's Head, which I've sort of covered most of that route in a couple of my other videos on yeah, on East Harling and West Harling circular walk. That is really yeah, which has got a bit of the Peddars Way in there and a lost lane. Yeah, so the next one in here is at what should you call it here? It's from the Dog and Partridge, Wretham. Well, it's not strictly Wretham, it's actually Stonebridge, but it's in the parish of Wretham. Yeah, so yeah, we're going to have a look at that. Unfortunately, and the reason why I'm parked at Wretham picnic site is because the Dog and Partridge is no longer a pub, so I can't park there, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, this was published, what did I say, 1997, this book. Yeah, so I think shortly after that, the pub actually shut and was converted into a house, into a residential property. So, yeah, so we've got a little bit of a walk, probably 300 yards, and then I'll pick up the route, which is kind of the back end of her route. Yeah, and the other thing is I'm not going to go the full route round. I think it's about 5.5 miles altogether. I'm going to take a little bit of a shortcut across I think it's actually just a fire break through the woods, which will bring us back out on the A1075, not far from the old railway station. So we'll have a look at that. What else is there? Oh, a little bit of the Peddars Way will be going along as well. So yeah, well, let's get going. Yes, I think if I take this track in the corner of the car park here, it should take me up to the pick up the trail. Yeah, quite a nice day. Yeah, I'm out today really because it's probably going to be the last sunny day for a week. And yeah, thought I'd make the most of it while I can. Right, so yeah, Stonebridge, where the pub is in the parish of Wretham, and Wretham may derive from the Old English for homestead, where crosswort is grown. And crosswort was a medical plant, believed to heal or aid with healing wounds. I think it's supposed to be good for like stomach ailments, headaches. Never know, you might even spot some. Keep an eye out for some of that. So it's, yeah, crosswort it's kind of got a cross leaf pattern and small yellow flowers, which I think they flower or bloom May to, no, earlier than that, April I think, April to June. So if they're flowering early, you never know. Might see some. I'd love that lot in my woodshed. I wouldn't have to buy wood for years. Wretham parish has a long history, established by the time of the Norman conquest. There's been lots of finds in the area dating from Neolithic and Bronze Ages. The most exciting find, and wouldn't you like to find this one, was a Roman discovery in 1760. A hoard of 600 coins was found. How about that? I think we might be coming up to the yeah, I think this must be the trail. Got a little sign over here. Yeah, I think this is it. I want to head this way because I want to sort of head towards the railway station. Disused railway station. Yeah, so really there's only East Wretham surviving. Yeah, so there was also West Wretham and Little Wretham. So they have both disappeared. Little Wretham was abandoned in the medieval period, although the exact location is not known. West Wretham had disappeared by the 18th century. The church being redundant and all the houses gone by 1793. Right, coming up to the, or towards the A1075. Yeah, that's the only problem with this trail. You do have to cross this road and it can be quite busy. I suspect in 1997 when the book was written, that wasn't such a busy road, because that was the alternative route if you wanted to do a short version of the walk. Deep water-filled hole there. Another one just over there. Yeah, there's a lot of holes in the ground around this way. A lot of people think they are bomb craters from the war, but I think they're actually much older than that, most of them. I think around here there's a lot of flint. A lot of flint mining went on in the past, so it could well be just old flint workings. Right, let's just cross over this road. I'll probably turn the camera off for a little while. There's not very much to see. I am trying to, as was suggested by one of my viewers, yeah, I'm trying to keep the video short. Right, so we'll just follow this path, or this track, until we pick up the other little fire break which cuts across. we've got a downed post here. No telling which direction is which. Yeah. I think this is where pick up the fire brake. I think it might be along there. I'll just have a little look at this corner here. It feels like I walked about the right distance. Yeah, so I think that is the continuation of the footpath, but I think this is the fire brake that I'm looking for. Use the force, Luke. Yeah, I think it is, because there's a gate across. Right, so I'll carry on along here. It should bring us up to the A1075. So I'll be turning left along that road. Probably won't film anything along there until we get near the railway station, because it's just going to be too noisy. Another huge pit. It looks like there's a wreck of a motorcycle down there. Yeah, it's probably once someone's pride and joy. Probably been stolen. What was it? I wonder. Nothing on the seat. Yeah. High temperature. I bet that was when that was burning. If it was a satellite. Got a scrapyard down here. Yeah, don't know what that was. Let's get back on track. Getting close to the A1075. We've got this on here, which I'm not quite sure what that is. Oh, private track. Yeah. Motocross track. I didn't know that was here. Pity there weren't some action going on today. I could see that on Google Maps on satellite, but I thought it was a quarry. Yeah. Very interesting. You never know what you're going to find. Lovely sky. Yeah, like I say, I think for the next week when I looked at the forecast it was going to be a bit dull and dismal, so even though I'm not feeling great, I thought now is going to be the only chance to get out and get some sun. Right, so here we are at the 1074, and this is opposite Pine View Farm. There we are, Firebreak 88. Right, so I'm just going to make my way down this road. Just get on the correct side. And head down towards the railway station. Right, so the railway line was the route of Thetford, Wretham and Swaffham Railway, which later became the Great Eastern. This route ran from Rowden Junction of the Norfolk line, with stations at Wretham and Hockham, which is the one we're going to be looking at, Stoke Eden, Wretham and Home Hale. The section from Thetford to Wretham opened in 1869. The line between Wretham and Swaffham opened in 1875. The 1906 Bradshaw showed 4 down weekday trains between 9:59 and 8:30 p.m. and 5 up services, but no Sunday service. Although I think there had previously been Sunday service, but perhaps it just wasn't getting enough use, so it was stopped. Steam-hauled passenger service ceased in 1955. The railway line was closed to passengers on 15th of June 1964, with the last train composed of a 2-car DMU on 12th of June, and it was closed to freight on the 19th of April 1965. The last train carried in coal and took away sugar beet. The line had been important for coal, poultry, sugar beet and RAF cargo, and joined the Lynn and Dereham line at Swaffham. South of the road stood the signal box, goods shed and siding, now occupied by a large house. And I did find a postcard which is copyright free, so I could put a picture of that up. Yes, you can see what it actually looked like in its heyday. So you can now see the on the right hand side of the road, that was the Dog and Partridge. Right, Woodcock Road, Peddars Way. Let's hope it's a little bit quieter up here. And I'm on the wrong side of the road. What was I saying about it being quieter? Right, so the Dog and Partridge, it's brick and flint, my favourite type of house, and it dates to the late 18th century. It was a former public house, 2 dwellings and the post office, all under one roof. The first recorded licensee was David Maitland, or Maitland in 1789. In 1942, landlord Walter Carver was accused of receiving army petrol. Case dismissed. Yeah, how do you prove that? The pub was threatened with closure in November 2002. Application to convert into private dwellings refused May 2003. Reopened as a public house in July 2006. Plans to convert to residential dwellings again refused in 2019, but the application was granted on appeal January 2020. And was a residential property by October 2020, which, like I say, is a bit of a shame because we could have parked there. That was still going as a pub. Yeah, so I think I will put this in my pub walks category, even though it's no longer a pub. Right, so I'm going to continue along this little part of the Peddars way, and then pick it up and head back towards the car park, across the road, go over the Great Eastern Railway line again, over a bridge, and there are supposed to be some World War II buildings sort of in that direction in a field, but whether there'll be anything we can spot from the road, I don't know. We'll have to see. Somewhere around here there was once an access road built especially for when they were constructing the railway. There's a bridge, railway bridge just over that way. Yeah, so that was on a 1866 map, obviously very temporary. The 1882 OS map I looked at doesn't exist on there, so yeah, it was obviously just there for to help with the construction, because I think the road that goes along to the railway bridge now, even on the 1882 map, just show it as just a track, not even a proper road. So I assume the bridge was put in just for farm use. Definitely sits on a bit of a high spot. So if it was a true Roman road, it would have had ditch either side and would have got built up over the years. Yeah, I think there is some argument as to whether that is actually an original Roman road or was maybe even earlier and just repurposed by the Romans. Peddars Way heads right out to the coast, home next to sea, around that area. think this is the bit of lane I need to turn down. And there's a bit of trial riding going on here. Right. Now this little track here should take us, or lane, should take us back towards where we need to pick up the track back into the woods, back across to the car park. So this is the bit of road I was saying on, if you look on older OS maps, this is literally marked as a track, not a proper road. And where the railway bridge is further on, it is shown as a road. So I think that's why the temporary road was built, to construct or help construct the railway line, because it doesn't look like access was that great. Yes, we've turned off the Peddars way now. Yeah, so it's somewhere in this area here is where those World War II, or likely to be World War II buildings are. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's private land or not, and I can't actually see anything immediately. They're supposed to be roofless, made of block with spiked railings around the top and a single entrance. But yeah, it's all pretty overgrown, unless you're going to go rooting through there or spot something. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how far in they are. Deer in there. Yeah, even this time of year it's pretty overgrown in there, and I'm not even sure how big they are. They might be tiny buildings. Right, I can just see the railway line bridge coming up. So we've got the Pingo Trail, goes off that way. Circular walk, however, we don't want to go that way, we want to carry on along here. Might have to do some of that. Let's see if how much of this railway line we can still make out. Well, obviously the tracks are going to be gone. Looks like the embankment is still there. Certainly make out where it went. These old timbers. I wonder how far they date back. Railway sleepers. Oh, got trees over there. Yeah, definitely see where it went though. You can see the embankment either side. Yeah, I think that was, well, as a lot of these railways were all, let's have a look down here, it'd be rude not to. Yeah, all closed due to, or part of the beaching report. yeah, it's a bit more impressive down here than it is up there. Let's go. I don't know if this is a part of a footpath. It's not marked on any Norfolk footpath map anyway. It certainly looks like it gets some use. Yeah. Well, the bridge has certainly stood the test of time, hasn't it? They certainly knew how to build things then. Cool. That was easier coming down than it was going up. Right, carry on. Right, so just round this bend, we should pick up the track again through the woods. This is quite a nice country lane to walk along anyway. I think I've seen 2 cars. Yeah, so really quite peaceful. I think that might be the sign just up here. So I think it's a footpath, go off to the left and also off to the right. Yeah, track off that way. Track off this way. This is one we want. So what is it? Ah, restricted byway. And we've got another route marker. Yeah, so I'll just head down here and pick up the little road, little track that I came in on. So I'll be going off to the left, back to the car park. Yeah, trying to keep this video short. So I think I'll end it here, unless of course I see something exciting. You never know. Yeah, so well, thanks for watching. I think we've got a couple more subscribers this week, gradually building up. Yeah, more subscribers you get, more views you get. That's the old YouTube catch-22. There's a ridge going through there. I don't know what that was. Yeah. An old boundary. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, thanks for watching. Please comment if you'd like to see a few comments. Any ideas? If you've done this walk, though you've probably done the bigger walk rather than the shorter version that I've done. Yeah, So I expect there'll be another one soon. May not be in a week's time, because I don't think the weather is looking that great. So, but who knows? And who knows where I'll be going next? We've got another ridge going that way. Yeah, it's certainly well worth coming. Got a peaceful walk, free parking. If you parked where I parked, yeah, get to see a little bit of the, walk along a little bit of the Peddars way. All very pleasant. Well, hope you enjoy this video, and thanks for watching.